All right, class, before we start our next lesson, let's practice some of our two-way words from last week, or the last 2 weeks. The first one is grandmother. How do I say grandmother to spell it? All right, to spell grandmother, we say grandmother. So just like if you were at our school last year and you learned mother, that was one of the first grade spelling words. Was mother, and to spell that we had to say mother. And grandmother is just a compound word made up of grand and mother, or mother, and we smash them together. So we have the same two-way pronunciation for grandmother that we had for mother, which is mother. Can you say that with me one more time? Good, mother. All right. So to spell grandmother, what do we say? Excellent, grandmother. All right, let's see. The next one is basketball. Basketball, how do we say basketball to spell it? Right, we have to say basketball. All right, say that with me, basketball. One more time, basketball. All right, now by yourself. Good, basketball. All right, let's get into practicing some of our words for today. Get your orthography notebook if you don't have it out yet, and we're going to start on page 3. Ta-da! All right. So these are our single vowels at the bottom of page 3. Can you tell me what our vowels are? All right, I hope you said our vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. All right, so if you've just gotten your notebook and you didn't have those written in yet, go ahead and write them in. And remember, we always, almost always, put these two vowels together when we're organizing our words, or these two letters. Can you tell me why that is? Excellent. These two have the same vowel sounds. This one also happens to have a consonant sound, but all 3 of the vowel sounds of these two are exactly the same. I, I, E. All right, so let's see, if we think of our words that we have today, we have one where we have our A, O, U saying its first sound. So I thought we should put it right here. Let's see. Which word did we have where we had our A, O, U saying its first sound? If you said cloth, nice job. That's our word. We'll write it right here. What are we going to write to spell cloth? Good. It's K, O, A. Remember, we need 2 letters for and the K is the one we always use unless I tell you to use something different. So go ahead and write cloth. If you're not sure, do it on your practice paper first. All right, what do I need to write to spell cloth, class? Good. All right, and then there's only one thing we need to mark. What is it? Good, our V. But I know that because I started at the beginning and went through all the letters and asked myself if I needed to mark them. Right, that's what we always want to do because a lot of us are leaving off markings because we're not doing that. Okay, so don't mark anything while you're writing it. After you've written it, go back and see what you need to mark. All right, our next word is clothe. For this one, we're going to go all the way to the back. But before I tell you the page number, I want you to tell me, which O do we use in clothe? Good, we use A, O, U. And what lets our A, O, U say O in the word clothe? I hope you said silent final E, job 1. All right, so we're going to go back to page 82. These are our spelling patterns for the sound O. And let's see, while we're here, while I think of it, can you tell me the two sounds of this phonogram? Good, they're ow, O. So when this says O, is it making its first or second sound? Good, it's saying its second sound, so we're going to put a little 2 right on top of that. All right, that was a digression, but I just want to make sure that we have those things marked. And so actually, while we're at that, let's flip over to 83. Can you tell me the 4 sounds of this phonogram? Good, ow, o, oo, So when this is saying O, which sound is it saying? Show me. All right, Sadie, I hope you're showing me a 2 because that is saying its second sound when it's saying O. All right, now that we've got that done, we can write clothe in the correct column of our notebook. This is where we're going to write it because what that's showing us is we have our vowel. This is blank because we don't know which consonant it is, or in this case, which 2 consonants that are making one consonant sound, and then silent final E. So this, when we see this, it means we have the vowel saying its name because of a silent final E. So on our top line here, we're going to write clothe. Say the sounds while you write them. If you're not sure, you can do it on your practice paper first. All right, tell me what I need to write to spell clothe, class. Good. All right, and the last one, good. Silent final E, job 1. So don't just mark the silent final E, go to the beginning of the word and mark everything that needs to be marked going through the letters. Or the phonograms. All right, so the first thing, of course, is our vowel that's saying its name. What's next? Excellent, our th, and in clothe, is it saying its first or second sound? Very good, it's second sound. And now we can double underline our silent final E, job 1. Don't do it before you mark the rest of the word because I keep seeing that and then you're not marking anything else. So we've got to cut that out. All right, clothe. All right, while we're in the back of our notebook class, let's practice a couple of words that I saw some of us missed on our spelling quiz. So before we practice them, I'm going to help you out with making sure you spell it right. All right, so in the word twice, we have an I sound. Which I do we use in twice? All right, I hope you said it-I-E. So what's going to let our it-I-E say I? Excellent, it's silent final E, job 1. That silent final E does something else, all right? So can you quickly tell me the sounds in twice? Good, so this is it-I-E. Our silent final E lets it say I. It also makes k, s, say s. All right, so this silent final E is also making k, s, say s. So in the word twice, which s do we use? Good, k, s. All right, one more time. Which s do we use in twice? Good. All right, so we're going to go to our eyes page. That's just going to be 1. Oh my goodness, we already wrote it. All right, Well, if you didn't have twice written here, write it and say, will you write it? If you have it, practice it on your practice paper, because I saw a lot of us were using a different S on our quizzes. All right, there's one other thing I want us to practice while we're back here, and that is 20. Because I saw a lot of different E's than the one that we use for 20. There were still things that could say E, so that's good, but we want to make sure we have the right E. All right, so if you remember and you're 100% sure that you know which E we use at the end of 20, tell me. All right, I hope you said yeah, I-E. Did you say yeah, I-E? If so, you are just right. So we're actually going to go to our E's page. So if you were on the I's page, it's just one page forward. All right, so this is page 78. All right, so we've got our spelling patterns for the sound E. We've got our E-A, we've got our E-double-E, and over here we have our Y, I-E. But it's not marked yet. Show me how we need to mark our Y, I-E, when it's saying E. I hope you are showing me this, because that is its third vowel sound. So that means it gets a little 3 right on top. All right. And now we can write 20 here. What are the 2 syllables in 20? Good. Twen-ty. One more time. What are the 2 syllables in 20? Good. Twen-ty. And which E do we use at the end? Excellent. Yeah, I-E. Write it and say, will you write it? All right, class, what's the first syllable in 20? Good, twen. And that is a closed syllable with no 2-letter phonogram, so I know how to write that. That is no problem. Now, what's the next syllable? Good, T, but which E do I use? Good, yeah, I-E. All right, and how do I need to mark this? Good. And the reason I didn't ask about anything else, we already said this is a closed syllable and there's no 2-letter phonograms, so I know that there's nothing I need to mark in there. And so I knew this was the only thing that needed a marking because I thought through everything else first. All right, nice job with that, class. I'll see you in the next video.